Coming up on Fulton Today, a dangerous street drug forces first responders to conduct special training to best protect firefighters. We'll have the story. Also, why are all of these people now gathering on this side of the Justice Complex? The answer is just ahead. And they are learning the ropes of the TV business here at FGTV. We'll introduce you to our summer interns. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker, and Fulton Today starts right now. Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I am Shania Chavis-Rucker. One of the deadliest opioid epidemics in the country has Fulton County taking steps to keep its first responders uninjured and alive. Now, the first responders are being trained in a class called the Illicit Drug Lab, thanks to the International Association of Firefighters. Wayne Hines is here. He is the president of Fulton County's professional firefighters. Wayne, welcome to Fulton Today.
Hi, Shania. Thanks for having me.
So we're talking about fentanyl, which again is an opioid, and it seems like this fentanyl issue just kind of came out of nowhere. Tell us how this illicit drug lab training course is helping our first responders.
The fentanyl issue has been around for a little bit, but with the changes in what's happening now, where the fentanyl will not be reversed by the Narcan, we're seeing a major change there, and we want to be able to fix the problems with them. So this is probably the best training we can give our firefighters to deal with an illicit lab or to deal with an overdose on the street, so that they understand exactly what's happening.
And what is the definition of the illicit drug lab?
Anything that's not legal is basically anything from a meth lab to a grow house designed to produce a drug for street consumption.
And tell us about the overall goals of this particular training.
Well, the goal of the course is to make it where any firefighter, and we did have sheriff's officers in, can walk in or come close to a lab, understand what's going on, and realize the hazard to themselves, their other responders, stop, regroup, back away from it, and get the appropriate people there, the hazardous materials team, and let them mitigate the hazards to the responders and to the general public.
And how long is this training? And understanding that this fentanyl issue may be here for a while, will you all be having additional training opportunities?
The class is a one-day, 8-hour course, and it's been offered to over 150 of the firefighters and sheriff's officers so far. And we will bring it in again in a couple of years so that all the new people will be able to do it. But every member of the Fulton County Fire Department has had it, as well as some of the sheriff's officers now.
And Wayne, what's the bottom line here?
The bottom line on this course is recognizing a hazard, staying safe, staying away from it, and it's going to make our firefighters more effective in their job and being safe in their job.
Wayne Hines, thank you so much for being here. By all means, you all be safe.
Thanks again for having me on.
Now we have more Fulton facts on fentanyl. Fentanyl is also known as fentanyl, and it is an opioid pain medication with a rapid onset and short duration of action. Fentanyl is also used as a recreational drug, leading to thousands of overdose deaths from 2000 to 2017 in the country. And in 2015, Fulton County had approximately 11.7 opioid-related deaths per 100,000 residents. That's more than double the national rate. In July, Fulton County's Board of Commissioners passed a resolution establishing an opioid misuse and abuse prevention plan for Fulton County. An old crowd gathers at a new location at the Fulton County Courthouse, all in the name of progress and tax sales. The Fulton County Tax Commissioner moved the tax sales location to the Central Avenue side of the Fulton County Justice Center instead of on the steps of the Fulton County Courthouse. Now, as we've reported here, the courthouse is undergoing renovations on the exterior of the building, hence the construction scaffolding on the Pryor Street entrance side. Some out here told us that they prefer the new temporary location.
Well, it's just there's more space over here, and you can hear the auctioneer bidding on the properties, and you can hear the entire listing of the property.
The tax sales auction is held on the first Tuesday of each month between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. A courtesy listing of properties up for sale is available in the Friday edition of the Fulton Daily Report. You can get more details on the Tax Commissioner's website. The county's workforce development team is helping residents to land a job. County counselors with WorkSource Georgia hosted an employment fair at the Adamsville Regional Health Center. Western Consultants partnered with Fulton to find potential staffers for their wellness company.
We hope to continually work with workforce development, that we can have a relationship, that we can be a blessing in the community, like I said, to get a lot of people gainfully employed, as well as education in regards to a healthy product.
There are a number of job fairs sponsored by the county throughout the year. You can contact Fulton's WorkSource Georgia office for details. A record number of junior district attorneys graduate as the program enters a milestone year. 65 Fulton and Atlanta students donned blue blazers as they officially completed the Fulton County District Attorney's Initiative.
A program that once had 8 students now has 65, and it is an intense application process with one-page essays, but it is an amazing experience for the summer. It is an amazing free experience where you can be exposed to so much positive community opportunities.
For this year's 20th anniversary, a former junior DA from 10 years ago spoke to the kids. Muhammad Abdullah was an inner city kid with a negative impression of the court system before graduating from the DA's program. He now is a Georgia State University Law School student.
Mr. Howard's staff is very young, so it gave me an opportunity to see that there was young African Americans that were actually in the courtroom. You know, it wasn't a limited field basically, and so that allowed me to see that there was potential to actually pursue a career of my own.
Well, I was watching the kids as they were sitting here, and boy, their eyes were really fixed on him because so many of the things that I have been saying and the members of my staff, they got a chance today to see it in reality, and there couldn't have been a greater lesson.
Way to go. The junior DAs even got a chance to spend time in our FGTV studios just before graduation day. If you want information on the 2018 summer experience, you can contact the Youth Programs Director's Office. Another group who got the chance to spend a lot of time in the FGTV studios this summer was the FGTV Summer Interns. Now, we too had a record number with students from colleges from all across the country. Here now to tell their story is intern Iman Brown.
This summer's group of interns was FGTV's largest thus far, with 10 in all. And despite the fact that they were from various colleges and universities from around the Southeast, they all had one goal in common.
Fulton County has a great solution.
For 12 weeks, college students and recent college graduates learned all about TV and media production at Fulton Government Television, FGTV.
I learned how to edit a show. I learned how to write for a show.
For many students, an internship gives them real-world experience in the jobs they hope to obtain after graduation.
I've learned a lot about video switching and directing live shows, which I've never done before in the past, so I thought that was the biggest thing that I've learned here and the thing that will carry me on to my next job.
FGTV interns produce weekly newscasts, served as production assistants, and even provided community service to younger students who visited the station.
Hold the open, play!
Welcome to News Update. I'm Brooke Hughes.
And I know Abrams.
Many learned valuable lessons that they plan on using in future classes and even on the job.
Edit, film, work with cameras, write packages, which I haven't really gotten to yet in my studies. And so now that I've learned it, I can take this back to school with me and excel in my classes.
Actually getting out into the real world and working at a real place is going to benefit you more than any class, I think.
To obtain an internship at FGTV, one must be in college, majoring in a related field, or a recent college graduate. The student must have the ability to write well, possess some knowledge of editing, and a willingness to learn. Needless to say, the interns here, including myself, have learned a wealth of valuable skills. And I hope this is just the beginning of my career on television. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Iman Brown.
And we enjoyed our interns. Thank you so much, Iman. Well, still to come on Fulton Today, Fulton honors the new head of the CDC and one of its former commissioners. The special recognition is a part of our district by district coverage. Next. Fulton honors the president's pick to lead the CDC and welcomes back a former colleague, now Congresswoman. Here's this week's district by district coverage. We begin with Chairman John Eves, who hosted a special reception for the new director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Dr. Brenda Fitzgerald, a longtime supporter of the Fulton County Health Department, was appointed by the president to take the helm of the CDC. Following the reception, the entire Board of Commissioners honored the doctor's achievements and accomplishments with her own proclamation.
She truly has been a partner with Fulton County. She played a very pivotal role in terms of the transformation of our public health department. She also played a very, very vital role in terms of us addressing tuberculosis, which was present among our homeless population here in the city of Atlanta. And she helped us to work on a protocol that really led to us getting down the numbers to, I think, less than 10.
Fulton's health director says Dr. Fitzgerald was instrumental in helping the county transition the health department to the State Board of Health.
Many of you may not realize that under her leadership, public health in Georgia became its own department, which was an incredible accomplishment and achievement and opportunity to strengthen the public health system in Georgia.
I think that public health is the common defense of the country for all health threats. And I know if we're going to be safe, it is absolutely important that public health at the local level, your county, the state level, Georgia, and at the national level have a unified approach to things that come against us.
As you heard the chairman say after reading the proclamation, in her prior role as commissioner of the Georgia Department of Public Health, Dr. Fitzgerald was key in the fight against tuberculosis and other infectious diseases in Fulton County. Meanwhile, District 1 Commissioner Liz Hausman hosted a special reception for Georgia's newest Congresswoman. Congresswoman Karen Handel was warmly welcomed back to the Fulton County Government Center. The former chair of the Fulton County Board of Commissioners was recently elected to U.S. Congress and now represents many Fulton County residents in the U.S. House of Representatives.
We're so pleased that she's here, even though she had to endure a good bit of traffic to get downtown, which I think is going to be helpful to us in the long run because she understands the important issues that we face in Fulton County, traffic, of course, being one of them.
You know, I think it's clear some of the things that we need to do, deal with the healthcare issue, move forward with comprehensive tax reform, and given this morning, it's abundantly clear why we need some additional investments in infrastructure for transportation in the region.
The Congresswoman has already started her work in the nation's capital. In District 5, the latest round of quarterly town hall meetings hosted by Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr. kicks off. The forum, known as District Dialogues, was held at the Metropolitan Branch Library. Residents had questions about everything from public safety and tax assessments to health concerns and county services.
I'm with Morehouse School of Medicine. So Morehouse School of Medicine, we're very, very active in the community when it comes to prevention and taking care of underrepresented minorities in the community for their health needs.
We're excited to have a great crowd that came out and hear about the new tax assessments, to hear about the upcoming elections, and also about some of the great things going on in the community with home buyer assistance programs and job readiness programs. So it was a very good crowd and everyone was very attentive. And so we're just thankful to have the opportunity to let Fulton County residents know about all of the wonderful things that are going on in Fulton County.
There will be more District Dialogues community meetings this year, including one on August 24th at the South Service Center. To see the dates, you can visit FultonCommission5.com. And finally, in District 6, the report card is in for the 2017 National Night Out in Fulton County. And according to police, Fulton get an A for outstanding participation. All of Fulton's law enforcement, public safety, and justice partners attended this year's events, and the public appreciated seeing them all at the Wolf Creek Amphitheater.
It's such an exciting event. I am a resident of South Fulton, so it's so nice to see our firefighters and our police officers and be able to dance with them and celebrate them and to learn more about what they do on a daily basis.
That if we are to have healthy and safe communities, we must have healthy and safe relationships with our law enforcement officers. We certainly do enjoy this fellowship on an annual basis, but what we enjoy even more is the steps that have been taken by the Department of Police Services to strengthen their relationships with the community, not only on National Night Out, but every day.
National Night Out is an annual event held in cities and counties all across the country. The purpose of the outreach initiative is to promote better community police relations. And when we come back, details of the $60 million Fulton commissioners approve for Grady Hospital. Stay with us, everybody. Fulton commissioners approve $60 million in spending for the expansion of the #1 trauma hospital in this region. Of course, we're talking about Grady Memorial Hospital. FGTV's Priscilla Ortega has the story.
Shania, that commitment from the Board of Commissioners was the signal private donors have been looking for that shows local government is behind Grady's success.
And the motion to approve the resolution passes. 5 yeas, 0 nays.
At their regular August meeting, the Board of Commissioners unanimously passed a resolution that would allow Grady Memorial Hospital to add a 7-story surgery center to its main campus and increase patient capacity at its Ponce de Leon HIV/AIDS treatment center. Though Fulton County, along with DeKalb County, contribute money towards operating costs, it's been a quarter of a century since either has contributed expansion money. Grady representatives made it clear why they were asking for capital improvement funds.
Grady has grown at such an exponential rate that we are now at capacity. We are at capacity for inpatient beds. We are at capacity within our operating rooms.
The $60 million paid with taxpayer funds is more than a third of the total cost of the nearly $165 million project. The rest is expected to come from DeKalb County and private groups. The new surgery center, which will be built where Aldridge once stood, will deal with patients waiting for outpatient services due to overcrowded operating rooms. The Ponce de Leon HIV/AIDS treatment center, which at any time actively treats 6,500 patients with full-blown AIDS, would be modernized and expanded.
As we continue to improve the financial sustainability of Grady Health System, that we can someday in the future see the need for less support from the counties.
With the relationship between the county and the hospital evolving ever since the Board of Commissioners saved Grady from bankruptcy in 2007, the commissioners' commitment is a sign to private donors that local government values the Grady health system.
This is a very important, critical, strategic, and urgent next step for Grady.
Construction on both facilities is expected to start in September, and the entire project is supposed to wrap up in the spring of 2021. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Priscilla Ortega.
Thank you very much, Priscilla. Meanwhile, Fulton County's coalition that works to reduce unintentional childhood injuries is hard at work. The group, called Safe Kids of Fulton County, hosted its second reconvene meeting at the Hapeville Police Department. The coalition is targeting the 7 most common areas of unintentional injuries through programs in the following: vehicle and road safety, bike and wheeled sports safety, pedestrian safety, water safety, fire and burn safety, home safety, and sports safety.
The reality is
Unintentional injury is the #1 cause of death for children 0 to 19. So we ask that all agencies who service that particular age group, 0 to 19, please consider joining us at our next meeting.
Now, that next meeting will be held in Union City in October. For complete details, you can contact Ms. Johnson via email or at 404-612-4236. Fulton's health team joins the global effort called Latch On to promote and support breastfeeding. Held at the Grand Park Recreation Center, dozens of mothers fed their children all at the same time. As a part of National Breastfeeding Week, Fulton's health counselors put together a number of events for new and expecting mothers, and they promoted this one.
Breastfeeding has a lot of benefits for the parent and the child that last them their entire lives. It's not without difficulty, though, for many, many people. So we want them to know that they're not the only ones, that we appreciate what they're doing, and that there are people here to help them.
Health professionals say that human milk boosts a baby's immune system, helping the baby to fight viral, bacterial, and parasitic infections.
Breastfeeding is the best start for babies. It's providing the best nutrients, the best bonding with moms and families.
Fulton's Women's, Infant, and Children's Program counselors host support groups for expectant and new moms. To learn more about all of their service, you can just contact their office. There's more to come on Fulton Today, including a look at some budding new teen artists, thanks to a Fulton Arts program. Come on back. Residents get a chance to voice their concerns about the new management partnership at the Wolf Creek Amphitheater. The county's Arts and Culture Department hosted an open house to give the community a chance to weigh in on the operations at the concert venue. This is the first year that Live Nation will serve as the management company for the entertainment facility.
It's always good to have the community involved as we're making those kinds of decisions, especially in a facility that was built with the community in mind. So that's the importance of having these meetings.
The public is still packing the venue for the ongoing summer concert series. Residents are pleased with the continued free parking and ability to bring in foods and beverages. Now you can see the lineup for yourself at wolfcreekamphitheater.com. And finally, young aspiring artists end their summer with a performance as stars. Young people who participated in the Teen Artist Academy showed off exactly what they have been working on during this summer experience. Some of the students performed on stage at the Southwest Arts Center, while others showed off their works in the gallery.
It was an amazing experience, honestly. These are like life-changing friends. Cause like we only had 3 weeks here too. I didn't think I would be as close as I was to these people here. It was life-changing, honestly.
I made new friends, like for a lifetime. My technique is better, and I just love everybody here.
The Teen Artist Academy is one of the ways that Fulton's Arts and Culture Department keeps young people engaged in the arts while out of school.
I got a family out of it. I never stopped learning. This is my 6th and final year, because I'm going to college next year. And the one thing I always take away from this camp is just family.
I got love. You know, this is my 5th year in Teen Artist Academy, and before Teen Artist Academy, I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I found love in my purpose, you know, acting, singing, dancing, rapping, all that stuff. I see that as the greatest joy of my life. Like, it's what I love to do, and I believe God is love. So I feel like I found God in this, and I found love, and in that is the family and everything else.
There are plenty of arts programs for young people year-round. Check out the Arts and Culture website for details. And one quick note before we go, we want to remind you about the solar eclipse happening on August 21st. There are total solar eclipse viewing programs taking place at the various Atlanta Fulton Public Libraries. For a complete list of all of the events and to find out which branches are carrying free solar eclipse sunglasses, log on to afpls.org and click the eclipse icon located in the middle of that page. And as always, FGTV wants to connect with you online. Check us out anytime on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and watch us on our YouTube channel. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. Thank you so much for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.